I deserve clarity, I deserve certainty, and I deserve peace. Men are not any of those things. Oh my god, my forehead. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a chit chat and get ready with me. I mainly wanted to do this video because it's the New Year's, and this year I want to start everything differently. I want to spend a lot of time with myself. I have my iPad with notes of everything that I want to say. If you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. I'm mainly doing this, going on this journey because I feel that I don't really have a great relationship with men when it comes to dating, and I want to take time to really reflect on that and see why it is that, you know, that is. I'm actually so in love with this. This is my third one, I think. It's so good. When it comes to dating, I've had to be really honest with myself and the patterns that I've noticed. Not necessarily with like other people, just, well, a little bit with other people too, but mainly with myself. Like, I get attached very quickly. Sometimes I even ignore like red flags. I think I also got lost in the frenzy of being in my 20s, you know? Like, oh, your 20s is when you have fun and you do crazy things, you make mistakes, and, you know, not have to like, unless you obviously commit murder, but, you know, not really have any big like repercussions for the mistakes you make because you're just starting your life. And I don't want that to be an excuse to be facing these issues later on in my 30s or 40s. Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. If I can address the issue now, I want to address it, because once I address it, there are other things that I will, you know, notice that are going to lead me to a better path of being the best me that I can be. Space creates clarity. Like, taking the time to just remove yourself from the outside, from all the noise, and just really reflect and think about yourself and what it is that you could be doing gives you more clarity than going out and jumping from guy to guy until you're like in a position where like you have to face your issues now. Like, you've done so much that there's no going back. Like, you're at a point where you need to face those issues, and that's not what I want for myself. I've noticed it, like I've noticed the signs, and I'm going to address it. Without, you know, physical closeness, the conversations matter more. Intentions are clearer, and red flags are harder to ignore. When you're not giving someone access to your body, it's a lot easier to just like remove them from your life. Even more so, like for me anyway, it's about the intimacy. It's about who I allow access to myself, to my body, and my space. I don't want to be building a boy. Like, I don't want to be dating for potential. I dated for potential many times, and I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to date for potential. I don't want to date for the future of what they could be, because like at the end of the day, no matter how much potential you see in someone, if they don't see it in themselves, then what's the point? You're wasting your time, you know? Like, it is not my responsibility to build someone up. I don't want to be in a relationship where I'm dating you and I see all the things that you could be, but you don't even see them yourself, and it's just a total waste of time. Because why are you doing that, you know? Why would I do that? It makes no sense. I think womanhood looks different. You stop performing and start listening to yourself and your intuition and what you feel is right for you. I've been going through so much emotionally, socially, and so many other aspects too. There's just a lot going on in my life right now. I'm not going to be using my life issues or like my challenges as an excuse to be celibate. Like, it's not, that's not the reason. That's not why I'm doing this. I want to do this for me. For contour, I use this. Oh shoot. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Wand. Really good. Laura Mercier, they have the really best. This powder is so good. My first boyfriend, I was on and off with him for 5 years. And of course I saw other people, like, you know, in between that time span, but it was never as serious with him as it was with anyone else. I knew they weren't what I needed or wanted. I still kept them around because it was comfortable, and I truly wanted that relationship to work. And of course it's not my fault that it didn't, and I'm not blaming myself for that, but I don't want to do that again. I don't want to be that person that continues to goes back to like what's comfortable, because you know, it's what I'm used to. And yeah, he treated me well to an extent, of course. He wasn't like abusing me or anything. But also, it's just, I knew what I wanted and I knew that he wasn't what I wanted. But I still stuck around because I liked how it felt to be treated, how I knew I wanted to be treated, even though he wasn't what I was looking for. And I almost settled. Like, I almost settled for that many times. Which is why I kept going back to it too, for being honest. But it's just, I know there's so much more out there for me, and I want to discover that. And I don't think I'll be in a position where I can if I keep dating without really any intention. Like, when I first got with him, it wasn't really out of intention. He just, you know, he was there. And I was like, why not? And he was very persistent. So, so yeah. But that's not the point. The point is, there are changes that need to be made in my life and emotionally and all of that. Like, I need to do better for myself. I need to do better for myself right now and for myself in the future, because if I don't confront these issues now, when will I confront them? You know, when? Better now than later. This eats so hard. This is the seafront powder. I've used this multiple times. By NARS. She's almost on her deathbed. And if we're even being honest, I don't even like men like that. Like, I'm attracted to men, but it's such an inconvenience for me because I have no patience when it comes to anything. And being with a man requires a lot. This is the Patrick Ta. She left me on red. I love this so much. It's so good. I have blush blindness and I'm not even afraid. Like, I'm not ashamed, because what is life without blush, you know? This is Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury. I think this is the deep tan deep or something. I also want to focus on myself. I mean, of course, I'm doing this to focus on myself, but I want to focus on my self-growth more. Like, I want to start going to the gym. I'm saying this only here because I want to hold myself accountable, and I want you guys to hold me accountable too. So at the end of the year, when I reflect on this video, you guys can, you know, call me out like, hey Ferdina, didn't you say you were gonna get a gym body? Didn't you say you were getting abs for the year? You know, next year when I reflect on this, you guys can just be like, what happened to those abs you said you were gonna get? And, you know, where's that 10,000 followers on Instagram you were aiming for? Or like, why haven't you posted, you know? Why didn't you post last month? Or why haven't you been posting on YouTube? I was talking about this with my best friend, like, I think last week. But when it comes down to it, I think I may end up being one of those, you know, very gorgeous women that have no men in their lives because they're very self-actualized and content with themselves. So they don't need that, you know. Because, like, I was thinking how, like, just, like, I think a few days ago or something, I don't remember, like 2 weeks ago, a few weeks ago, basically, recently, I was thinking, you know, I got ready, I did my skincare, and I got into bed, and I just felt really disturbed thinking about how, like, I just got ready, I just got comfortable, and I'm in my very cute sheets, very comfortable sheets, very girly sheets, but imagine having to share that with, like, you know, a man in my bed, bro. Like, a man, like, sharing that space with a man really disturbed me. This is a Dior palette. My friend got me this for my birthday. I think it's 003, Warm Essentials. This is the one. She's very pretty. And then we're gonna do this one. Which one is this? 01, the universal one. It has a pink highlighter. It's so cute. I got this like 2 years ago, I think. Thinking about how I would have to share that space with another person, or not even another person, with a man at that, really disturbed me, because it's just like, why? Like, why? And I'm gonna do the inner corners. I don't know if I shared my lip combo, but it was the Noonie gloss. I post this a lot on Instagram. I am the biggest man hater. I hate men. I don't like them. I think they're inherently evil. They were born with the evil gene, and they pillage and plunder any chance they get. So I think it's, you know, of course, very ironic how I dislike them so much, but it's still like, I want children and I want like a family. So it's hard to like navigate that sometimes, you know, my hatred for men and my wants and intentions. Ooh, what happened to the lighting? Oh my god. It's sometimes hard to navigate that, you know, my intentions, my hatred for men, and my intentions and desires for the future. But I try not to think about that, because at the end of the day, I'm probably not gonna have kids until I'm like, I forgot what I'm looking for. This powder is so good, but I also got it too dark, so sometimes I use it for contour. Yeah, like I try not to think about that too, because at the end of the day, I'm not having kids until I'm like maybe a late 30s, I don't know, mid 40s, you know, mid 40s, definitely mid 40s, mid 30s, I'm sorry. Mid 30s, definitely not my late 20s. I remember when I was younger, I would think, oh my god, when I'm like 25, I'm gonna be married and I'm gonna have kids. Like, girl, 25? I'm 22. 23? 2020. 23. Yes, I'm 23. I was born in 2002. I'm 23. And kids is like, what, 2 years from now? If I was going by my timeline from my childhood, like, girl, I'm still in college. I haven't even started grad school. I don't even have a job. I'm still a child. Like, I'm a dependent. I am dependent on my parents. Like, I am still very much a dependent. All of that is just unrealistic. And I also have, you know, this can be a different video, but there's just, I put a lot of stress on myself for my expectations and stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm 22, 23, whatever. There's no rush. I got plenty of time. And there is no timer on anything, really. I like sometimes stress about how like, oh, like this is not where I thought I would be, where, you know, 5 years ago this is not where I thought I would be, and la-di-da. But at the end of the day, 5 years ago I was a teenager. I didn't know anything. I still don't know anything sometimes. And I'm getting comfortable with not knowing, because again, there is no rush to any of this. I've never done life before. This is my first time lifing. So of course I'm gonna like not do it the right way. And there's gonna be bumps in the road and all of that. I should be a motivational speaker, honestly. Oh my god. I should be writing a book. But yeah, that is where I'm at right now with all of that. And that is why I will be exploring celibacy this year. Because I deserve it. I feel like that sounded so wrong. Not like, oh my god, you deserve to be alone. Being celibate does not, you know. Anyway, I deserve clarity. I deserve certainty, and I deserve peace. And men are not any of those things. So, yay. That is it for today's video. This is, oh, let me take this off. This is my makeup look. Oh my god, my forehead. Hold on. But here we are. This is the look. I think I look really good. If you're in your like early 20s and you're feeling lost and confused and like lost, you're not alone in any of this. Like, I am here, and I think I'm gonna do more of these little sit down and talk videos because I feel like more people need to know that they're not alone. And thank you for being here. Leave a comment, subscribe, anything, you know, a like, anything at all. If you feel like you related to this in any type of way, or if you have anything that you wanted to add, you'd like to add to this little conversation, go ahead and do that. And mwah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.